This is a very true story that happened to me about 5 years ago while I was still in college. Some of the subject matter from here on is a little more serious, so if you are under the age of 16, I suggest you have your parents watch this first and okay it before going on. Nothing graphic happens, it's just the general concept of the matter that I'll be touching on later on that I would rather you be aware of now. So, story time. I went to a small Christian college way back when, and every year the junior class would put together a school-wide get-together to honor the seniors. It was basically prom without the dancing. We called it banquet. Even for those a few years into college found banquet to be a big deal. Some young couples got together under the pretense of banquet, which led to them inevitably getting the ring by spring. It was amusing for us to see who was going to banquet together and guessing who would be engaged next. Well, in some cases it was more like a morbid pastime to see relationships blossom, grow, flourish, and then crash and burn over the summer, which makes you go like, what just happened? Another fun aspect was just being able to dress up in pretty clothes and eat a fancy meal before heading to the plaza for fun pictures outside of closed storefronts and wandering around fountains and parks with your friends. I enjoyed it at least. But just like in high school, there was always this pressure on some people to get a date to banquet. This was either my second or third banquet, I can't remember which. And I was excited to go with a couple of my friends to a cool coffee shop with an airplane on top. Like, seriously, how cool is that? They converted an old hangar into a coffee house, and we were about to stew in coffee goodness like the helpless college students we were. Granted, one of the RAs had her eye on me because of an incident that happened my freshman year that had the college coffee shop warned to ban me from getting coffee ever. But that's another story. During this year, I was volunteering as a youth leader at a nearby church. We had a pretty good team lined up of fellow college students looking for those volunteer hours required by our school, so we all got along really well. But there was this one guy. Let's call him Bean. Bean was a former fellow college student and a couple years older than the rest of us, maybe about 3 to 4 years, making him maybe 25 or 26 at the time of this story. Now, he was a former student not because he graduated, he was kicked out. Bean was your typical Christian boy from the hood. He had a past, but he loved the Lord, and we all appreciated that about him. And he was honestly a nice guy with a good heart. Spoiler alert! So one Sunday afternoon, I'm at work cleaning the cafeteria when I get a text on my Nokia flip phone. That's right, I had a Nokia flip phone. It was literally the first phone I ever got when I was 16 years old. We didn't even have a texting plan with it. But one thing led to another, and 6 years later, I'm using it again. You old fart. So I get this text.
Hey, so I was wondering, do you want to go to the banquet with me?
And this is what happened inside my brain in the span of about 20 seconds.
Welcome to Goob's brain, where bad decisions come naturally.
All right, everyone. I'll start us out with a list of reasons to say no. 1, you don't like him. 2, you want to go with the other girls. 3, you barely know him. And 4, you don't like him. Yeah, but this might be a chance for you to get to know him better. Every time you work with him in youth group, it's not so bad. And besides, you want to have a good time that night. Maybe he will help you have fun with the others. It'll be something new. And he's asked you. You have to say yes to him. Everybody stop. Stop right there. Freeze. Don't you realize what is going on here? Someone is actually taking an interest in Goob. Nobody has ever taken an interest. That goblin is getting some attention for once from someone outside of the female ring. And you are trying to logic this? And no. Goob wants to have fun. And it's also only common courtesy to say yes after being asked for anything. We are saying yes. No, stop! You don't like him! How can you possibly have fun when you don't even like this guy? I want to have fun! Yeah, sure. You have no idea how badly I wish I could go back and change that. Not long after that, I was at work at my second job, talking to my work mom. Everyone has a work mom, right? That lady who basically takes you under her wing and makes sure you're not going to die, right? And I tell her about Bean and how we were going to banquet. One of the first things she even said to me was, "He asked you out over text and you said yes? Why would you say yes?" Well, I guess it's because I don't know. It honestly should have been red flag number 1, but unfortunately, it was red flag number 2 at this point. A couple days later, I was at work again, and Bean walks in and picks up a thing of sushi or something and places it on my counter to buy it.
So, I know asking you to banquet over text is really lame. So I decided to come ask you in person. So, will you go to the banquet with me?
Would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here to tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom? Yes, I will.
Cool.
Cool. You fool of a goob! That was your one chance to get out of it in a calm and civil manner. You would have had to avoid him for the rest of your life after this point, but geez, what are you doing now, Goob? What are you freaking doing now? And so, I officially agreed to go to banquet with the worst choice of date of all time. But hold on, my little goobers. This is only the beginning.
What is up, my little goobers? It's your girl, ElectragoobArts, coming to you from the editor's studio. Thank you so much for watching. We had a couple of other things planned here at the end of the video to make it a little bit more lighthearted, but I lost the file. Actually, I lost like all the files except for one. So you just get this boring outro. Thank you so much for watching. Links to all of our social media accounts are down in the description below. And I say all our social media accounts because I am giving a quick shout out to my male voice actor, my little brother Chris, who came in and did the voice of Bean. He will be back in part 2 and 3 of this wonderfully depressing series. Don't worry, I'm going to try to make it as happy as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goober out.